will be more of a chill sitting down, me talking. I decided to. Oops. Okay, now it's good. I decided to do a video talking about, well, you might already see like the title, 12 things that I've learned throughout this year. It's been 1 year and like 2 weeks since I left my country and came here all alone and started everything from zero to study here in Estonia. Right now I'm in university. I came to do this video and I have roommates. I didn't want to bother them, so I came here because it's like a full circle in a way, because before I came here the first thing that I searched and saw was the university building and I was very impressed by it. So I was like feeling maybe I should come here and do this video, like a nice moment to remember what I've been through, what I've done, what I've learned throughout this year. And I came up with a list of 12 things, one for each month, of things that I've learned. And this list, I decided to divide it in categories. So it would be friendship, weather, grades, like in school, teachers, how are the classes planned. Fourth is language and like social life in Estonia. I don't mean like social life of university, more like culture, how are the people. Fifth one will be how you organize, like personal stuff, things you have to think about before coming, or things that I've learned being here that are not in the other 4 categories. So let's get this started, because this will be probably a long one. The first thing that I learned is that Estonian people are very nice. They're very helpful. Everyone that I reached out that is Estonian for help, they were able to help me. I didn't feel like a burden, or I didn't feel like I was being judged or anything like that. But that's the thing, they are nice and helpful, but it's hard for them to be really like friendly, like to ask you out, to hang out with them, or to build a relationship. There are some who will, and I'm not saying because it has happened to me, but out of the people who ask me to hang out that are international are more than the people, like just one person who is Estonian asked me out compared to like 5 people from other countries. So I wouldn't say that it's like extremely hard, but it's harder than making friends from other nationalities, if that makes sense. Maybe because I'm kind of shy, so anyone that is just a little bit more like extroverted or talks more than me, I believe that they're like social. So maybe that's why all the Estonian people, or most of the Estonian people that I met, I thought to be social and nice people. But in terms of like being friends and being like talking outside of a school or work, or being like close and personal with them, I don't have that are like extremely close to me. So maybe that's, everyone has different experience from, but what I'm saying is that it takes some time to build friends. And the good thing is when you come to university, even if they are not extremely social, everyone's trying to make friends. So that's a good sign that you should take, like not be shy. That's something that I'm trying still to learn, to ask people to go out with me, or to just to hang out. It's like, for some reason I have this fear that I'm going to bother them if I ask them out. But I need to, like, everyone, even the ones who are coming, need to know that these people also want to be friends with you, or I don't know, they want to be able to go out and do college fun stuff, not alone, with company. The Erasmus Association, even though it's for Erasmus here in Tartu, where I'm studying, they are very open for anyone to join their activities or to participate in helping in any event. So it's very welcoming for anyone. It doesn't matter if you're a master's or PhD or bachelor, it doesn't matter. They will be welcoming. So if you want to be able to make friends or to go to activities or go explore Estonia, this is a good way with them because they offer trips to different places. They have activities like every week, mostly at least once a week, and that's a very good way to open up. And you should like follow their Instagram or Facebook if you want to go out and be more social. That's a good way I will recommend. And the last point about friendships that I've learned is that your hobbies are really important. Let's point that out, because through your hobbies you can meet people who are similar to you, and that way you can build a relationship with them, friendship, or I don't know what you're looking for, but it's a good way to make friends and meet new people. Because let's say you like dancing, you can go to salsa dancing or hip hop, and in that way you can like interact with people who have similar interests as you. And I find that is a less intense way because you're going there to enjoy your hobby and also have the possibility of meeting new people, and this way it can be like a win-win. So, but one of the things I recommend is anything that you do, I know you want to make friends, meet new people, but anything that you do, don't have like a predetermined idea that it will happen. Don't have like high expectations or anything like that, because then it's going to be seem like forced, or if it doesn't go your way, you're going to be more disappointed, and maybe it can lead to you not to join other activities or having different or new experiences, because you might have this idea that if it didn't work this way, probably it won't work any other way. Just saying that when you go to these places, just be yourself and don't put too much pressure on yourself or too much pressure in the event of like, oh, this is going to be the best event of the year, or I'm going to have the best time of it. It's good to have these positive affirmations, but not to the whole point, because then you won't really like enjoy yourself. Coming from a very warm, humid country, we have sun or rain or hurricanes throughout the year. The minimum it will go is 24 degrees. That's like the coldest you'll get in my city. So coming here, it was a big change and shock. The good thing is when I came, it was one of the good summers. Like the temperature was 32, 33, and I was like having the best time in August last year. Then September came by and the weather switched instantly. Like the 1st of September, everything was rain, wind, 12 degrees, cold, and I didn't really know how to, like, what to wear or how to layer my clothes in order to stay warm. I didn't really know anything of that, so I had to like start googling. I had to start trial and error. Sometimes I would overlayer and like I would be sweating balls, other times I wouldn't be, like just a slim coat, like trench coat, and I would just have my fingers all like purple. So if you come from a warm country, try to do your research, try to see what works with you. But I think once you come here, I learned, I wouldn't say very fast, but like I think like 3 weeks, and I already had a gist of it. And the thing is that once I learned how to dress, I wouldn't say it was extreme cold, but because I learned how to dress. Because last year it went to -25. I had to go out every day in winter because I had to work in university, so I had like waterproof. Be sure it's like waterproof, because sometimes it's like and especially at the start of winter and at the end, it's like humid, like snow. It's like very thin. There is a special name here in Estonia, but I forgot. But it's like snow mixed with rain. So, and also your boots. You don't want to freeze your toes. Overall, it is cold, but I survived. and I didn't think it was that bad. And this was like the first time I ever experienced snow temperatures lower than 20 degrees. So I would recommend to do your research and it will be fine. The second point, I will have to say buy your vitamins. C, D, E, B, B12. Buy your vitamins because once it gets cold, you will need them. You will need the vitamins. And my parents were very pushy about that, so I bought it in September, which is a good thing. And the thing is that there's literally in winter you will see the sun. You will see like specks of it crawling throughout the clouds, but no sun. I'm not joking. Sun, it's like you start to lose the sun October, start of November, and then you start seeing the sun again mid-February. And maybe you will have lucky days where there will be like 1 or 2 days of sun in December or January, which are very nice. I would say they're like one of my the best days when there's sun and you see the snow and there's no crazy wind. It's like calm. Those days are nice, but they're rare. So I will say that buy your vitamins and do your research. And also during winter, as I said, if you have a hobby or something like you like going to the gym, tell you, be on top of that, because when the days are literally, you see like the gray sky is the brightest you will get, and that starts at 10 a.m. and then it's dark again at 3 p.m. You're bound to be depressed or you're bound to be feeling lonely. Try to find a hobby or a project that you're doing, or if you like going to the gym to do exercise, which is very good, I recommend try doing that. When I first came, I always have to say I was very impressed by how everyone spoke English. I'm not joking. Once I got sick because of the cold, my nose started bleeding, and I went to emergency, and there was this old lady nurse, 90 or 85 or something, and she spoke English, not perfectly or fluent, but she was able to communicate with me, to tell me where I have to go, what I have to do. And I was very shocked, because I was like, oh wow, the person who you least expected knows a bit of English. So it's very good for foreigners to come here and adapt, but not really adapt into the culture, but adapt into their environment, because it's easy to go to the bank and there's someone, go to the supermarket, there's someone, basically anywhere, an old library, someone will know English there, one of the librarians, there's always someone who will know English. I'm telling you, it's surprising, but in a good way. But either way, I will say personally, if you're staying here for more than 6 months, it's good to learn the basics, or to try and learn more than the basics of Estonian language. Because the first time that I came, when I was in the bus coming from the capital city, Tallinn, to Tartu, and the bus driver was talking in Estonian, and playing with her, it was very beautiful. And I was like, oh, I wish I could understand what he's saying. It was and that's what motivated me to learn at least the basics. And I'm trying now, in my second year, to learn more. So and I think that way it's very good, because when you go to the supermarket, engage with you, because they see, oh my god, they're trying to learn our language, which not many people know, because just 1 million people live here. So it's very good, and that way you can, I always feel if you learn the language from a place, you're learning their culture as well. So it's a win-win, and you're going to be here, so might as well. The first semester, I will have to say, was the hardest for me, and they gave us also the hardest courses. Also, there are long lectures of 3+ hours, and I was not used to that. So I had to also train myself to concentrate for a long periods of time, so I could be able to be more engaging in the lectures, because it was like 4 hours they were sitting listening. First semester I had like 3, and that was different for me, I will have to say. Also, that the teachers here, they speak English, all of them, but if you have a hard time understanding or like listening English from people who have different type of accents, then it might be difficult, because most of the teachers, I'll say, have accents, and for me it wasn't that hard, but I were classmates that really found it difficult to understand what the teacher was saying. That will be something to look out. And also that the workload is not bad at all, because in the second semester I was able to work and study, so it is good enough for you to learn, but for you to have like spare time. And the thing is that I did better in my first semester because I was not working. I had more time in my second semester, so if I didn't work, I would have had better grades, because I would have more time to study and more time to prepare for the tests. Also, there's something that was very surprising for me. The tests are divided like every 3 weeks in a way, and for most of the courses, and there is midterms. But the thing is that there is no midterm or final week. All my friends that study in American universities or Canadian they have this week is for midterms, this week is for finals. We don't have here that, but there is like this area is midterms, and most teachers give you tests or exam. They're not doing it all in a short amount of time. It's like spread out for like 2 or 3 weeks. Then you know those are like midterm time or finals time. And each course has its own speed. Beginning of May, and some courses I finish at the end and the middle of June. So they don't have like a specific time that you have to finish everything. They have their own, depending on the teacher and on the plan of the course. So it's very flexible as well. I was just like 2 courses that I needed to be in class to be able to pass. The other courses is like everything is very digital here. So it's more like you want to learn, you study. You come to class, you participate, you take the tests, and the exam after will reflect if you really put the time to study. So it's not like they're forcing you or anything, so you have to put the time, plan it, good time management to be able to be on top of things. But you don't have to really go to class for most of the courses. You need to be very, very good with budgeting. Well, if you are not extremely rich, you have to be good with budgeting. That's something that I learned because I lived with my parents, and when I came here I had to be very good with budgeting, or what's saying like what I'm going to buy each month. It's also important to make sure to not over stress, because you want also to have fun because you're in a new country, so you want to be able to have new experiences and explore. I would say that it's important for me to do the budgeting because that way I'm more relaxed, because I'm like a planner. So I like planning things, planning what I have to do, planning what I need to buy or things I don't have to buy. So when it came to budgeting, I was extremely careful on how I did it. So that's one of the personal things that I will have to point out. The thing that I've learned is to be patient and don't rush things, and to enjoy the moment more. Because now, being in university and in a new country, I'm in an international environment, and I had to be patient with understanding other people's point of view, their culture, how they do things, and especially if you have roommates, because you don't want to offend how they do things, because that's how they learn how to do things when back in their country, due to their culture or their tradition. So you want to be respectful of that, even if you don't understand it, because maybe there are things you do that they don't understand, so you have to be respectful of what they do. And with that, it comes patience. So I've learned to be more patient, understanding when it comes to big differences, and also like in general it's a very good thing to be patient with people and understanding, because without being empathetic or understanding it's just bound to be a disaster anywhere you go. At this point I'll have to say, don't rush things, enjoy, because time flies by already. I've been here for a year, which is crazy for me, and it was just like a dream before coming, making all the plans, buying the tickets, deciding what to do, which day, the insurance, everything that I planned. Once I started to do the steps and everything, I felt like it just flew by. Everything just happened so fast, and already a year passed by, and before you know it, you will be graduating. So I would say that it's good to work hard and have a purpose and goals and everything, but at the same time, try and enjoy the moment. Try and enjoy the time that you have now, because it's not coming back again. And everything that you do it with the intention. Once you're doing it, have the intention of enjoying it, of being grateful that you have it, because you don't know what will happen in the future. So just try and enjoy the present. Have fun, enjoy it. It's college and you just experience it once. So yeah, this is the end of my 12 points. I hope you enjoy it, and if you have any questions you can write them down below, and I will try and explain and give you information of things that I'm capable of, that I know. And yeah, that's it. And see you around if you come. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope it